Mukundu is hosting a program called To Artist MonoCast, in which he sits down with a band member, session musician, or producer and discusses their lives, triumphs, and challenges.
Do artists manage to get revenues from live shows, from concerts, from performing?
Yeah, the thing is, like in every country, you've got your A-list artists.
Yeah.
Because in Zimbabwe right now, our A-list artists, we've got a dancehall artist called Winky D.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Alec Machesu, he plays a genre called Sungura.
Okay.
And we've got Ja Praiser. I think those three are the biggest. And then we've got people like Sluman Chimbe too. So those ones, they can manage to make a living through live shows. And then we've got other groups that play in clubs, like in jazz clubs. But the problem is the money that they're paid is very little. The money that they're paid ranges from $150 to $500. The whole band. Imagine a group of 5, 6, 7 people sharing $150, $200, $300. That's the situation we have right now. So things are not really working well. What drives the Zimbabwe music industry has always been passion. Because if we were in it for the money, a lot of people would have left. It's a calling. You need to fulfill your calling. Yeah.
I admire that because I've been recently discussing and thinking that too, having been in different working partnerships with some producers or artists who sometimes at one point in the collaboration they put the money aspect and it kind of drifts the energy from the creation.
Yeah, we do love money, but at times it must not be the main focus. Yeah. So we do have people who have got that mind. Of course, you find them in every country. But generally, what drives the Zimbabwe music industry is the passion, because the money is not there, definitely.
Yeah.
But the thing with me is, before I entered the music industry in 1988, I did a small research and I discovered that there was no money before I entered the music industry.
So you knew?
So
already?
I knew what I was getting myself into.
Okay.
So if anything goes wrong because of that, I don't have to blame anybody.
Yeah.
Because I knew that there was no money. But I said, I'm just going to do it because it's my passion.
Nice.
You see? Yeah. So tell me about the music scene in France. Are you playing live or you are just a recording artist?
I started playing live and at a few locations, but mostly organizing myself what the scene, like making pop-up scenes. They have a music party every 21st of June in France and some other countries.
What's there on the 21st of June? Is that
it's the beginning of the summer, but they also Fête de la Musique, so they also celebrate music throughout the country, and also a lot of French-speaking countries, they follow the trend. So we did our own event. We participated in Haitian.
Oh, basically you are from Haiti.
I'm from Haiti. So my music mix Creole, French, and also a bit of English.
And
Creole is the language we speak in Haiti. I've did more writing and recording than live, but right now is mostly getting into writing in a new way, let's say, because I came from the hip hop world, so I'm used to listening to a beat, writing, also delivering.
Basically, your workflow is you are more used to working with a pre-created beat than for you to create your own music and then add a bit later.
I did some writing, but mostly I don't compose melodies in my head. I mostly write words.
All the
Yes,
words. Okay.
yes.
And is it in English or in French?
I started, when I really first started, it was in English. And then when I started, because I started seriously getting into music when I turned 30. Okay. So I was always writing, doing just, different freestyles and jam sessions, but really taking it seriously. It started when I was 30, when I had the maturity. I felt that I had the maturity to do this seriously. And but it always has been a passion. And during those I started seriously writing in Creole. And then I always knew in my head that I would go back to French because it's the language that I know better. So 1, 2, 3 solo projects. I then started a duo with a friend, and we did two albums, more Afrobeat, Afro-Caribbean. Okay. And that was our latest work. And now I'm reinventing the way I write with more melodies, searching for singing more, and then also performing more.
Okay. And do you have a genre that is really identified with Haiti?
Oh, we have compa in Haiti, which is folkloric, like zouk. It has more instruments than the zouk.
So is your music related to compa?
Not really. No, we have maybe 10 styles of music in Haiti. Troubadour, compa, racine.
And they're all Haitian styles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would say my Creole and some of my melodies are inspired from my country, and my writing, my stories is more. I have a more hip hop type of writing, which is more graphic, more. So I'm trying to step a little bit away from that precise writing and to go more into melody. So find the right words in whichever language comes through. Okay. And I would say Afro-Caribbean is maybe accurate.
Okay. So Afro-Caribbean, it means it encompasses a lot of genres from the Caribbean.
It means that from the Caribbean we would get a Afro-based instrumental, for example, and add some Caribbean instruments, some Caribbean melodies here and there. I don't know if
the
that
Afro
makes sense.
Is from the fact that you are black?
The Afro is the fact that I'm black, and my life history has brought me all to the four corners of Africa, and I feel at home in most of African countries.
Nice. And welcome to Zimbabwe.
Thank you.
You've been in Zimbabwe for how long?
I stayed, this time it's been 2 weeks. And last time I lived there for 1.5 years.
Okay, here in Zimbabwe?
Yeah.
Okay, and how do you find Zimbabwe?
I always found Zimbabwe as a peaceful place.
Very peaceful. Because I don't know why the Western media always want to portray us as a very violent country. Because you know that in Zimbabwe, our policemen, if you notice, they don't even carry guns.
That was one of the first things that shocked me coming from Haiti. Back in the day, I remember when I came and I was a teenager, and I've seen policemen.
The guns, you only see them with the soldiers only.
Yeah, that was amazing to me. Yeah. And that all instantly made me feel in peace.
Because I've traveled over 30 countries with music.
Yeah.
And every time I go to, especially European countries, the way they talk about Zimbabwe, I wonder which country they're talking about.
Really?
Yeah, because I was in another country, I think it was Sweden. And then I met some guys who were saying that we hate that in Zimbabwe, you hate white people. You chop off their heads and you put their heads on a stick, and then you'll be chanting in the street. And they said, which country is that?
I don't know which country is that. I don't know if that's
so in France, are you able to survive on music?
No.
No?
No. That's, some people, yes, of course. Me,
like I mentioned, like in Zimbabwe, we've got the group that I call the A-list celebrities, like Japreza. Do you know Japreza?
Yeah, I've heard of him, yeah.
I think right now he's our biggest.
No, the biggest stars in Haiti, of course, and France can live with music. A lot of people can live of
like
music.
Like Japreza, Alec Macheso, Winky D.
Yeah.
Those ones can properly survive and buy properties, but everybody else They
No.
struggle. So in France, how big is the population of France?
65 million.
65. Oh, that's huge. Boys
And
Zimbabwe.
there's a lot of, like, France is known for having a lot of money into culture generally. So to public funding, a lot of people.
So there's a lot of funding from the government as well.
A lot of funding. And then there's private money to the big labels and the artists. There's private, but a lot of private labels are sponsored, are funded by the government also.
You mean record labels?
Yes, yes.
Are funded by the government?
Yes, every
I
album.
hope we'll be able to convince our government to fund record labels. Because I was reading the history of South Korea.
Yeah.
The issues with their economy sometime, and it was risky for anybody to start a record label. The environment was not conducive for that. And then the government intervened and sponsored record labels.
Yeah.
And companies like Samsung is from South Korea. They also started record labels or funded record labels. I'm not sure between the two. And then that's how K-pop came up. Right now, K-pop is a very huge business. Yeah. So I'm happy to hear that in France, your government,
the government
sponsors a lot of music. And in South Africa, the same thing. I was in South Africa 2 days ago. Yeah, there are a lot of festivals which are organized by the government. So it means those who cannot survive on music, they have to do another job in France.
Yeah.
Okay. No. France is very good at supporting the arts.
Yeah.
I always see artists come to perform at what they call Alliance
Française, yeah.
And 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, I had a book launch there. So I had a book launch concert. So Alliance Française was sponsoring it as well. They sponsored.
Can I see one of your books?
Okay, let me get one. This write this on.
Wow, I love the cover.
Yeah, it's autobiographical. So I was listing down all the mistakes that I made and how they can be avoided and so forth. We've got this instrument called mbira. It's an ancient instrument, thousands of years old. So it was there before the guitars, before everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've got artists, we've got music that's very driven by the mbira.
Okay.
So I'd love you to watch those artists perform.
Okay.
Artists like Hope Masike.
I have to write them. I have to write them, or you have to send them to me.
Yeah, okay, I can send you them.
You can send me.
There's Hope Masike, Tendem Mavengeni, Kurai Makore. I'll think of more artists. And then there's a big mbira ensemble called Maungira in Narira. They play as an ensemble, everybody will be playing.
Really?
Mbira. Yeah.
How many people?
They can be plus or minus 10. And it's very fascinating.
No percussion, just...
with percussion.
Okay.
They play mbira with with drums, goma, and percussion.
Okay.
And it's amazing.
So you went to South Africa?
Yeah. It was the Oliver Mtuku's commemoration.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did that go?
It went very well, except for a few people who were criticizing me for going there. I don't know why, because there was some controversy. And people were saying, you're not supposed to go there. Oliver Mtuku's fired you. So why did you go to play at this commemoration? But they forget that because I worked with him for 4 years. And then I was fired. But soon after I was fired, we became very close friends because he fired me on professional grounds, not on personal grounds. Okay. So even after I was fired, we became friends. So I would visit him, he would visit me. Every birthday function of his, I would go and play. I remember in 2012, I played for his birthday function. I played for him. I played for Yuma Sekela. I played for Ringo Madlingozi. I played for Dorothy Masuku. And even his last performance at Haifa, 2017, I also went and played for him. So it shows that we kept on being very good friends. So I don't know why people are saying you should not have gone there because he fired you. But they're not questioning why I was playing for him all these other years. It was a very good function. We were with Yvonne Chaka, I don't know if you know her. She is one of the biggest artists in South Africa.
Okay.
And Maduva. So we just created a band that we called Oliver Mtukudzi Tribute Band. And I was the music director.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
And, people will always talk, but
yeah,
it's
people
important
talk.
that you...
Because the controversy was about his family issues. I don't know why people are intervening in his family issues, because it's none of their business. And number two, a commemoration concert was to celebrate his artistry and his contribution to the arts. It was not a festival to celebrate fatherhood. So if you're not happy about how he raised his children, that's a different story. It's just like when you say you want to give an award for the best maths student. You can't come and say, no, he was not good in English, so don't give him that award. No, we are talking about maths. It's not about English. So this celebration was about his artistry, not about how he raised his children. We don't know. We were not there. He's not there to speak for himself.
Well, it's monosophical. It is what it is. And we say it like it is.